Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. I'm Crypto Sonar Joseph, and let's get started. We've got about 7 minutes left until the market opens. Let's take a look over here and see what we got going on. First up for the economic calendar today, World Economic Outlook, you have job openings coming out at 7 a.m., so about 37 minutes from now. And then IMF's Global Financial Stability Report, Richmond Fed President Tom Barkin is going to speak. The big news of the week will come tomorrow with the FOMC meeting minutes. Then you have all these Fed presidents going out there speaking too, along with a G20 press briefing. The G20 press briefing is interesting only from the standpoint that Janet Yellen came out yesterday and was talking about the global corporate tax that she thinks that she can go out and demand every other country in the world adhere to our tax structure so we can tax U.S. companies by getting them to agree to a corporate tax. Good luck with that. There's always going to be a country. Countries are sovereign. They can do what they want. So for her to go out there and actually say that means that, to me, that this country is in trouble in terms of corporations leaving and taking their taxes with them because of the excessive tax rate. The reason the economy grew so much during President Trump's tenure was we had lower corporate taxes, we had less regulations, and we had lower taxes for individuals. And you put all those together, and that's going to grow jobs, it's going to grow the economy, it's going to grow the stock market, the bond markets, everything's going to grow. Now we're contracting that back. We're pulling all that back. We're going to tax individuals more, even the middle class. I forget who it was yesterday. There was a story talking about how the middle class is going to get screwed in this tax increase. And you know, it's going to be one of those things where, well, to find out what's in the bill, you got to pass the bill. Or they're going to data dump the entire bill onto the Republicans with less than 12 hours or 8 hours until it's voted on, at least in the House. In the Senate, that's a different story because it's more of an even, well, it's not even, the Democrats have the upper hand. So we'll see what happens with that. Fear and greed index is up, now 64. Greed. We were 58 yesterday. A week ago, we were at 44. So a month ago, 51. A year ago, extreme fear 21. We had already bounced off the bottom. So when you start getting into this territory here, you start thinking about companies possibly taking profits. We'll see if that happens. We will get the heat map at 45 minutes in front of the hour. So we got 4 minutes left to open. Let's review where we're at. The S&P 500 is looking to open up a little bit lower, not much, only 7, so not bad there. Same thing with the NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100 is looking to open up down about 10, and the Dow is looking to trade down about 66. So very minor. It could very easily flip the other direction, or it could flip and continue to go down as people take profits from yesterday. Depends what the market wants to do. We'll see if the market's going to go burr again. Some other ones that we're looking at, Tesla is actually looking to open up a little bit, but like $1 to 692. Rocket Mortgage is looking to open up, also up just about 4 cents. Palantir had a good run yesterday, 23.44 closed at, looking to open up 16 cents. GameStonk is looking to open up about 44 cents. Cinemark looking to open down 7 cents. And AMC, Adam Aaron came out yesterday and said, hey, just because we have the right to issue 500 million shares doesn't mean we're going to. But it's trading down on the fact that maybe some people didn't know that they were going to, they had the opportunity to issue 500 million shares for the shareholder vote that's coming up in May. We'll see. And then ARK looking to trade down just a couple cents. Apple looking to trade up 25 cents. AMD chip makers had a good day yesterday, looking to trade down 6 cents. Boeing was looking to trade down just a little bit, $1.12, so about 0.5% or so. They're looking to open up down, but pretty, not a lot of volume in the pre-market. compared to during the day. You remove the daily stuff and come over here into yesterday's post market, and they say, oh, it's got a lot of volume. Not compared to when the market is open, and that's virtually the case with every single stock that's out there. So they're looking to open down a little bit, about $1. Caterpillar looking to open down about $1.30. Again, all the Dow Industrials are going to open up down. Ford looking to trade down 2 cents. Intel looking to trade down 53 cents. So all the chippies. Nvidia looking to trade up 10 cents. Microsoft looking to trade down $1.34. Quick check on oil, and then we'll get ready because the market's about to open. Oil is up $1.26 a barrel for light crude, back above $60. That's been a key indicator for them. However, the dollar is trading down 7.5 cents, down to 92.493. And then we also have the 10-year Treasury and the 30-year Treasury are opening down a little bit, or are actually down a little bit on the day. So we'll see what's going to happen there. And then we had Brent crude is actually up $1.23 to 63.47. So oil is up. So that's going to bode well for U.S. oil. Let's see that. U.S. oil, yep, up 88 cents in the pre-market. So we'll go to the SPX here, and we'll watch the open, which should be in less than 30 seconds if my math is correct. Let's see here. Oh, 20 seconds left. So a chance for a yogurt. Yogurt and blueberries. The blueberries you get from the store, they're not as blueberry-ish taste-wise as what they used to be, and I think that's for most fruit. All right, here we go. S&P is opening up 5.8. Don't worry about that first candle there. S&P opened up 5.8 down. The Dow is opening up 71 points down. Come on, where are you at? There you go. And let's see if the NASDAQ opened up yet. Composite, probably not. Hey, it did. It's opening up down 22 to get the day started. So we'll look at that. And then let's see, AMC is opening up down 28 cents. GameStop is up 55 cents. Palantir is up 4 cents. Look at some of these other ones. Apple is up 38 cents. Some good stuff there. And I didn't log into my brokerage account. Hey, come here. Okay, oops, the volume on over there. Okay, Nvidia down. So pretty much everything is down. Apple's up today, up 38 cents. What's going on with them? Let's see if we get any news here. Pretty much probably based on LG. LG news yesterday was that they are getting out of the phone manufacturer market. So LG has been a losing business for them. So they're exiting the cell phone business. So that's going to bode well for especially in the U.S. at least, it's going to bode well for Samsung and Apple, and maybe even Google a little bit. But definitely Apple will benefit from that because more people will probably go towards an iPhone versus buying a product that isn't going to be around anymore. So there you go. All right, let's see here. So they're actually, well, now they turned. Oops. Get back over here. Yeah, so they're up 24 cents here. They're looking pretty good. GameStop up $1.34. Boeing, again, some of these, depending on the small pullback they're going to have. VIX is up to 18, but that's just normal stuff if you're looking down here and looking at the S&P. Dow down 75 now. Oh, let's go to 30-second chart here. Make it look a little bit worse. S&P down 5. NASDAQ only down a little bit, only down 27, but it looks like we might get a little bounce here. at least on the S&P. And let's see any overnight news here. GBTC came out and said they're going to be issuing a Bitcoin ETF. So again, GBTC is already a Bitcoin type fund. I used to own that years ago. Whoops, BTC. Every time I click on this one, it does the wrong thing here. There we go. They do an Ethereum one, and then they do a Bitcoin trust. So this is the one that they do. Basically operates like an LP. All right, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 522 to 58,594. Ethereum up a little bit still to 2112. So they're having a good day there too. And then let's take a look at AMC here. All right, Credit Suisse. This goes back to the stuff on Archegos. Overhauls management as it takes a $4.7 billion hit on Archegos. IMF upgrades global growth outlook again as some COVID clouds begin to clear. Dow slips from record high at open. EU denies blocking 3.1 million AstraZeneca shots to Australia. Okay. Capital hike brings Air France on the government's wing. Biden to speed up eligibility for vaccine as U.S. hits milestone. World powers Iran, U.S. begin indirect talks to revive nuclear deal. U.S. auto industry calls for government help as it warns of impact of chip shortage. Skeptical president invites Netanyahu to form next Israeli government. Focus winds of change, Howell and Iberdrola powered up for the energy transition, whatever that is. Brookfield BlackRock no longer in a race for over $10 billion of Aramco pipeline stake. Interesting. German growth likely to fall short of projections this year. Fast food struggles to hire as demand soars. So as people, that's something interesting. We'll look at this later today, or in a little while here, but you go to some of these restaurants up here and you got your McDonald's and your Starbucks and your Chipotle and Yum and everybody else, Domino's, Yum Brands with Taco Bell, KFC, etc., Chipotle. You look at all these and you say, okay, what's going to happen as the economy opens up? Well, people are going to be going out to lunch. They're not going to be sitting at home like me eating their lunch. They're gonna start going to fast food again. The problem is when you have possible employment growing, those types of jobs, people don't want to do those types of jobs. Illegal aliens in the country have taken a lot of those jobs for fast food, and that seems to be just a common thing. It used to go, teenagers, some teenagers get jobs there still, but for the most part, there's people trying to make a career out of doing fast food, and that's basically poverty level income that you're getting there. It's designed for work entry, not necessarily a career. Although for some, not taking anything against them, but for some it is a career. There's probably hundreds of thousands of stories where people started out flipping burgers, ended up being an assistant manager, and then eventually bought franchises. And that can be a viable path. I know McDonald's for a fact has that path available to people, but in a lot of cases you have to take a McDonald's where they choose, not where you necessarily want to put one, and they're usually underperforming McDonald's to get you into the system. So you just got to be careful there, and that's with a lot of franchises, the way they work. Let's see here, what else? All right. So AMC is still down 23 cents. GameStop is now down $1.50. So a lot of red stuff going on. Apple is up. AMD is up 63 cents. Boeing still down $1.27. Caterpillar up $1.37. Yeah, this is one I should have picked up last week. I was thinking about this a couple weeks ago, but really last week. And let me go out to a 15-minute here. The problem is it's right at its 52-week high. And that's just, look for those types of headwinds. Ford up 18 cents now. As the market's trying to turn positive here. S&P is still down 4, NASDAQ is down 8, and the Dow is down 52 right now. ARKX down just a little bit, 5 cents. The averages, Dow's down only 55, so it's bounced back a little bit here. S&P has really bounced back quite well, actually. Hit that initial lump at the beginning, put in a buy. Well, you get 30-second chart. Let's go to a 3-minute, see if it issued one yet. Still don't have a buy signal on the 3-minute chart on the S&P, but if you're looking at SPY, this might be okay for an entry point. You have the NASDAQ is down a little bit, but again, 3 points, so hardly anything. All right. Yeah, that's up today. Ford is up today. Let's see. Where we at here? Oh, by the way, so today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I will be unable to stream in the afternoon for the close. I will be streaming on Friday though for options expiration, but I won't be streaming this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, or Thursday afternoon. I've got some more projects I got to get done around the house, and today is painting, some more painting stuff. I'm doing all the closet doors, changing them from basically a wood color to a white neutral color to brighten it up a little bit and lighten things up. I did do some more research yesterday and on housing, and houses are just boom, 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 boom. They're just selling as soon as you list them. So that means I pretty much need to have everything done before I list. Sometimes you can list and do a little stuff around the house as you're still working, but and then some point this week I've got a power washer, and all the ethanol gas destroys carburetors, destroys lawnmowers, power washers. So I took apart, probably about a month or so ago, I took apart my power washer to do a clean the carburetor out and get the old gas out of there that's heating it up and stuff like that, drain the fuel lines, and to put new gas in there and get it ready to go again, versus having somebody else do it. Well, one of the screws holding the carburetor to the engine basically sheared off, just trying to take it off. And so I've got to drill into that screw, remove it, and then find a replacement screw. I should have that. I should have a replacement screw somewhere in the garage, and get that thing working in, because I need to power wash my deck, and then I want to power wash my long sidewalk on the side of the house, the front of the house, and the patio and stuff like, or the driveway, and power wash those to make those look nice and new, because we get algae growth up here a little bit, so it darkens the concrete. So if I get that nice and bright again, it'll look good. Here's a hack though. If you have a power washer, they now make this round, almost like a buffer, just a round thing that spins, and you attach it to your power washer wand, and you just kind of go like this. You ain't got to go back and forth and screw up your wrist by doing it. It's a round one. and you can get it done a lot quicker. I think they're about $100. Okay, so Nasdaq has looked like it wants to turn green. S&P is still down 2, Nasdaq down 1.7, and the Dow is down 67. So, I could probably find this. Let's see, power washer scrubber. So I do my deck and sidewalks and driveway like every year. Here it is right here. Well, that's a whipper wash. Let's just go to images. Pull one up here. Looks like this one right here. Here's a Ryobi. Looks just like that. Pressure washer, surface cleaner. They sell them at Home Depot. I don't know how much. I forget how much I paid for my. Yeah, $35. So $35 at Home Depot, and you just connect the nozzle to your power washer, and it just works really well. It just spins everything, and oh, block. I don't need that. And because I'm blocked, it's not going to allow that. And you just plug it into your wand, and then you're off to the races. And that's the path that it goes. So instead of going back and forth with your power washer and having lines all over the place, circles are better. So there you go, little power washer hack, and they work fantastic. First time I used one, I was like, holy cow! It not only saved me a ton of time power washing, because I like my shit to look good, but it was very, very, very effective. All right, Nasdaq is now green, so Nasdaq is now up 7 points as we go here. 644. We don't have the heat map just yet. Another minute or so, this thing will light up, but again, it'll be delayed 15 minutes. So let's see. So we've got. I'm looking at see what's up here. Apple is up. AMD is up. Caterpillar, Ford is up. Nvidia is up. GM is up a little bit. Roblox is up $1.39, back up to $72.17, $1.41 here and there. So it's going up again. US oil, we talked about that before the open. It's a nice little running even after the open here, just a little bit. What did it open at? 41.14, 41.26. So up about 0.5% since it opened. Very short-term play though. Careful with that one if you decide to do it. ExxonMobil participating in that again with the oil rise. They're going to be up, and Chevron's probably going to be up too. Nope, Chevron is actually down 12 cents. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Take a look at the SPY. Let's look at the SPY. So here's a SPY. So SPYs are S&P 500 is about to go positive, down 50 cents here. Nasdaq is now positive by 6, and the Dow is down 48 points right now. But you're gonna have a solid buy in the 3-minute here on the SPY. No, huh? Change the regular. Interesting. Probably because of this stuff here. It's got to break. Well, it already broke it. It should have a buy signal here. Blue above the red, not in an overbought or oversold. Gonna push a little bit. It wants to go positive. Positive. Let's see here. And I'm just looking at some options here. Where we at here? 406. Let's go to the out of the monies. So S&P still hanging out, down $1.34. NASDAQ up 4. Let's see what kind of level we'd be looking at here. See, it's so hard on a day like yesterday and last week where everything goes up. You know, you try and look for a support level or resistance level, and it's just not going to give it to you. If I looked at like a 5-minute, let me go to my broker account here. And yeah, it's showing a pivot at 405.56, support 1 at 404.18, support 2 at 402, and support 3 at 398.44. But that is so short term for that. All right, let's look at the heat map, see what's up. So you got Google, Facebook, Amazon up, Netflix up. You have Thermo Fisher's up. Down there, JP Morgan's, the banks are all down. Berkshire Hathaway down. Apple up just a little bit. Microsoft down. Adobe, Nvidia, all the chippies are down a little bit. Starbucks, McDonald's, all of the food is up a little bit. All the energy and natural gas is all up a little bit as well. Basic materials, some mixed in there. Let's go to the airlines or aerospace. Boeing down, Raytheon down, Lockheed Martin down, Northrop Grumman down a little bit. Airlines, you got Southwest up a little bit. You have Delta is up 1.1%. UAL down a little bit. American Airlines down a little bit. And Alaska is up 1.98%. So Alaska leading the pack there, up 1.98%. So they're looking pretty good there. So there's your heat map. Again, it's a mix, some up, some down, but very, very dull, almost grayish colors on the ups and the downs, which means everything's just kind of hanging out. And what is this? One of these monitors, I know it's defective. It takes the brightness level to 50%. I have to push the button on the side to get it go back up to 100 every time. It won't retain the setting. But it was a cheap monitor. It's a 15.6-inch portable 1080p monitor where my laptop is a 4K laptop. So there you go. All right, so let's take a look. So all three are down again. The Dow is down, but only 37, so it's starting to come back a little bit. S&P is down 1.2. Again, it ran into a little bit of resistance here at this, right where it's at right now. 4077.9. So 4078, which is where it basically opened at. And then the NASDAQ composite is down 6.9, falling off of its top again. Again, there's no real, you could get some news as far as Fed talk today, but most of that's going to come tomorrow. The Fed president talking today, tomorrow. You have Richmond Fed President Tom Barkin speaking today. Who knows when and where? I'm not interested in the local Fed presidents because it's going to be what the FOMC as a whole decides to do and what they talk about, because they're all going to have different opinions to boost their egos for their own Fed. So you have, so the Richmond Fed president is going to speak today. Job openings. IMF's World Economic Outlook. Let's see what they say. Things are opening back up again. Lift's outlook for global and U.S. growth. Losses for major economies from COVID-19 pandemic are likely to be smaller than following the financial crisis. So because of what happened here with mortgages and everything else, 2007, 2008, that spread across the entire world because everybody was doing it. Raised its outlook sharply in 2021 to 6.4% this year from 5.1. So you take 5.1, divide into 6.4, and they say, okay, they raised their outlook by 20%. The U.S. should see solid 4.4% growth in 2022. The Fed sees the economy growing at 6.5% pace this year, but with a steeper slowdown to a 3.3% growth rate in 2022. So kind of a mixed bag there, where the IMF is saying 4.4, the Fed is saying 6.5. Raises global growth from 4.4 to 6% this year. Let's see here. A way out of this health and economic crisis is increasingly visible. That's true. All the cruise ships and stuff like that did pretty well yesterday. And here's some of the output. World output, U.S. 2020 growth down 3.5, projected for 6.4 this year. But again, this is the U.S. is projecting 6.4. IMF says we're only going to do 4.4. Eurozone 4%. Some of the emerging markets 5% in Canada, 8.4% in China. They even grew. They were the outlier last year. They still grew. That's because they flipped, and all the plants in China were making PPE, personal protective equipment. Booties, gloves, hair nets, masks, regular gloves. Although a lot of the gloves come out of Malaysia and Thailand, and there were a lot of shortages on gloves, like nitrile gloves and vinyl and latex and all that stuff, because of the rubber tree. There's only so many rubber trees, right? So there was a big run on those things, and the cost was just astronomical. Yeah, I don't even know what they're charging for gloves now, but it was crazy. So let's see here. More stuff. Here's the more Yellen stuff. Yellen pushes for a global minimum corporate tax. Good luck with that. Ain't gonna work. Container ships will keep getting bigger even after the Ever Given becoming stuck in the Suez Canal. I still don't know how that thing got stuck. Georgia governor vows a fight after MLB Yanks All-Star game over voting rights restrictions. Stupid. I'm tired of it. Amazon apologizes for denying that some of its workers urinate in bottles. Okay. SCOTUS dismisses case over Trump's efforts to block critics from Twitter. They called it moot because he's no longer in office. He's just a citizen now. I thought I got rid of this freaking white noise once. Let's go to that instead. Okay. Let's see here. I'm a farmer in my late 30s. I live a frugal lifestyle, and my son has a disability. Should I pay extra on my mortgage or save for retirement? Good question. Depends on what the numbers are. Here's why investors should be looking at old tech stalwarts right now. Let's click on that one. Old tech. Microsoft, Cisco, Intel, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Tesla, IBM, Snow, and PG. Not enough momentum. There's not enough buyers right now that are able to support this level of valuation. That much is true. All right, green on the S&P now, green on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's up 13, S&P is up 3. Dow is only down 10 now. All right, let's go back to some of that. Let's watch that. Okay, starting to get a little brighter on the green side there. What is the 406.83? What? You gotta go bathroom? All right. She's got to go to the bathroom. I'll let her out. I'll be right back. Come on. Just 1 second. Come on. No. There's a nice little jump. S&P up 4. And the Dow is trying to come back. Ape seat bananas. I see AMC. Down 26 cents. GameStop down 208 to 184. And we're 7 o'clock. I'm going to get rid of the externals, so we bring yesterday into play. It's just a very slow, you can call this a consolidating channel. However, Gesundheit, dog. A dog sneezing. 184.26. So it broke very, very short term because we're at a 30-second chart here. It's just range bound, man. It is simply range bound. So this is a 1 hour going back to beginning of March. Just this ever so slight declining channel here with some lower lows each time except for here. So yesterday and today. But that's a pretty deep candle there. But that's at the open yesterday. So that's why you have that. That's why you have the range that it's in right now. Not getting my banana. You already ate. So I need to find another spot to get into Palantir. And I probably missed it. I did miss it back at the end of last month because it should have been here in this 21 range. Oh, yeah, it would have been about 10%. We got some other gains though. All right, Nasdaq now up 26. S&P is now up 5. What's my ARCs doing today? I gotta wait. Tesla 688. It looks like it. You know, it's starting to set up a battle for itself for 780 later in the work week for options expiration. Fix at 18.0, so nothing really going on with it. Just a slow day in the market. Very selective. Get away from my banana. That's not for you. ExxonMobil, nice little run here. And they came off their high of 62. May 7th. No, that's May 7th. Where you at? There we go. No interest there. Let's go to May 7th. I'm looking at some options on possibly ExxonMobil. Let's see here. Let's see here. Why do you go to basic view? There we go. 3 it says it should be the, yeah, that's probably the juice there. $1.19. Let's see here. No, not that many. Yeah. No, you just went out. No. You just went out. A little bit high of a delta there. I really like that 60. Mm-mm. Down 12. There we go. There's a 650 there. Where's your bone? No, get your bone. Dow down 14, NASDAQ up 4, S&P up 255. I'm just watching ExxonMobil here. Go back up to my light crude. There we go. I'm gonna get the 60s. Come on. Let it come back down a little bit. Let me reduce this a little bit here. Where's your ball? You get your ball. Do something. I have to get her some more food for her ball. This is about done. We'll keep you busy for a little bit. See which one? Go. All right, come back down here. What's the chevron ones look like? So I'm doing two things. I'm doing earnings and doing some option calls maybe. All right, let's pick up 10 of these. All right, put in an order for the ExxonMobil expiration May 7th calls at $60 strike. And on the theoreticals, you had a delta a little bit above 0.3, 0.3234 on the delta. And we'll see if I get filled. I put the order in right at the midpoint. between the bid and ask. So we'll see if I get filled or not. And now it moved my bid. Now it's showing my bid as the bid. Oh, there we go. All right, it filled it. So just 10 calls, like $1,150 on ExxonMobil. And we'll see how that we'll see how that plays off. I do believe oil is going to go back up. What was interesting, there was Delta had canceled 100 flights on Sunday, I think it was. They had to cancel 100 flights because they didn't have enough staff, based on reopening and people wanting to get out of Dodge. So there we go. So now we own some ExxonMobil calls, and now they're going to come out. So this is May 7th. So they're also going to come out with earnings on April 30th, and I think that they're going to, if you look at what happened the last couple times they came out with earnings, either meet or they're expected to hit 55 cents. They're probably going to be back up here, based on everything that I've read. So I like the play. It's a little bit, it's right at the edge of that option window, which is 32 days. So 32 days out. So I like anywhere between 30 and 45. I like a delta at 0.3 or below. This is just a hair above that at 0.32. But I like the play. I like the play. But it's only 10 calls. It's only 10. We'll see what happens. If it dips back more, it may come back down here into this 56.94 range. If it does, I'll probably add some more. I'm hoping that I got it on the down here. But we'll see. So I may pick up some more if it keeps going down a little bit. All right, so let's get back to what we were looking at before. All right, the Dow. I've been looking at that one for a few days also. Dow is down 11.9. The S&P is up 4.5. And the NASDAQ is up 14.7. So VIX is hanging out at 18. Pretty stable there. Pretty stable around there. Same with the S&P, just barely up 4. Pretty much you might as well just call this a flat day. You have stuff a little bit more greener over here now. You got Apple's now up. Netflix is up pretty good. Micron is up 2.4%. Why are they up today? MU. Come on. What the heck? No news for them at all. Huh. I mean, they beat their estimates by 3 cents before. But interesting. They're just participating in everything else because AMD is up. So it might just be coming out. Why is this thing doing this? Probably because I have these news stories open here. Fair and agree, we can get rid of that one. If there's any updates here. Americans are losing their fear of COVID-19, polls say. Why that is not good. Oxymoron statement. Okay, Boeing 227. Looking at this is crazy. That Southwest is right back even higher than where they were last February. And a lot of that is, as these airlines contracted last year, everything's in the green. Dow just popped. It's now up 10. NASDAQ's up 14. S&P's up 5. As they came back last year, you have to remember, they got rid of flight attendants. They got rid of pilots. The PPP, Paycheck Protection Program, kicked in. So they didn't get rid of everybody. They kept middle seats open, and that bode well for them. Bode well for Delta. Did pretty well. and Alaska. So all these, but they're all at 52-week highs. And so I don't think I'd be doing any options on them. All right, so we are having a green day now. So everything is green on the indices now. Dow's up 9. There we go. SPX. S&P's up 5. So much for all my due diligence down here, right? I was wrong. But looking at it right here, I mean, it from a fundamental standpoint, you know, how do we go up there? Maybe it's short term. We'll see. But everything's looking pretty decent, though. I mean, it's amazing how that sentiment flipped. You know, how do we go from this far overvalued to a rising dollar? Looking at a daily, still, you know, rising dollar since January. You have the 30-year and the 10-year, but really the 10-year. January, you know, February. Huge run up in February. Continued that in March. 1.677. The 30 years at now 2.345. But again, the you know, thinking about mortgages and stuff. I still want to list my house by May 1st, but now I'm wondering, should I wait another month? And here's why. CFPB. Now they're coming out this came out yesterday. Here we go. Feds propose banning foreclosures across the U.S. until 2022. All right. Here's the problem with that. This is only going to be on primary residence, okay? So if you're a primary resident and you have a mortgage that's in forbearance or comes out of forbearance, they're going to say, hey, either make a deal with them or you can't begin your foreclosure proceedings until January. You can't even begin, the companies can't even begin the first initial foreclosure filing until January 1st, 2022. So then you add 3 months onto that, so it'll be March of 2022, probably April for sheriff sales and auctions and stuff like that to happen. Then another month before the people get tossed out of the house by the sheriffs, right? So that's only on primary residence. Here's the problem. Let's say because of that, they turn around and they further extend, because, well, if we can't foreclose, we might as well extend the forbearance and evictions. Because right now, forbearance and evictions are scheduled to end on June 30th, 2021. So those are scheduled to end on June 30th, 2021. And if they do, then what does that mean for foreclosures? Well, foreclosures can begin again. But if the feds make a rule on the mortgage servicers saying, hey, you can't foreclose on anybody that house is a primary residence, that just gives the ability for the government to then say, well, if we can't foreclose, we certainly aren't going to kick them out. So let's extend the eviction moratorium on mortgages and renters until January. You know, we're not out of the woods yet. You know, mask up. Even if you get a vaccine, you know, keep wearing that mask. Dumb stuff. So what that means is the housing shortage is going to continue. The housing shortage is going to continue even in terms of rates going up. And so what are these developers doing? These developers are going to start doing this. I was floored when I read this over the weekend. I was absolutely floored. I could not believe it. Let's see here. So what D.R. Horton did, this might block me out. Yeah, it's going to block me out. Here we go. All right. D.R. Horton, one of the largest home builders in the United States. They built 124 houses in Conroy, Texas. They built 124 brand new houses in Texas. They turned around and they rented every single one of those houses. Every single one of them. They rented them out. Then they turned around and they sold the entire subdivision to Fundrise LLC. So they built the houses, they rented them all, and instead of the people saying, hey, you want to buy a house, let's go over options, it was, hey, would you like to rent a house? Here's all the options, ready to move in, it's brand new, it's got this and that. Oh, that looks great. $2,500 a month rent. Because there's a housing shortage. Because people are in forbearance, they can't sell. There's no inventory. No choice but to rent. You got a new job in Texas, you're going to work for Chevron or ExxonMobil down there, and you need to buy a house and there's nothing on the market. Well, everything on the market is $100,000 more than what it was 6 months ago. What are you going to do? Well, let's wait for the market to come down. I guess we'll rent. Ooh, look, D.R. Horton just put up 124 new houses and you can rent them. Okay, give me a 1-year lease. I'll find something to buy a year from now. You know, my company gave me moving expenses, all this other stuff, and this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's crazy smart on the developer side, because they're taking the cream of the crop. The only ones buying houses right now are people with credit scores close to 800 points, because they're taking the cream of the crop and they're the only ones that can qualify. Again, as interest rates continue to climb north. So as rates go up, and you know, on the 10-year and the 30-year, so as rates go up, even if the dollar dips a little bit, you have developers that are going to keep building the houses. Lumber's up 250%, and they're just going to rent them all out and then sell the entire subdivision as an investment asset. There you go. So we certainly wouldn't expect every single family community we sell to sell at a 50% gross margin. So imagine selling houses for let's just call it $400,000, and then your profit on it is as if you sold a $600,000 house. Crazy. They turn around and they sold the whole subdivision for $32 million. Unbelievable. That's what's happening. So could that be a new model because of this kind of stuff? If you can't throw people out of their houses for not paying their rent, for whatever reason, look, I hear you, I feel you. If you're having problems, there are a lot of methods you can do to avoid foreclosure. You can simply take all that money you owe and put it on the back end of your loan according to the government rules, right? You can even lower your mortgage payment from what it was before the pandemic started, and they can take that money and put it on the back end of your loan. Or you can leave your payments the same, or you can choose a higher payment to get some of that money across. You can't refinance. If you're in forbearance, you cannot refinance your house. You can't do it if you're in forbearance. It's crazy, and this is going to happen. They're going to ban foreclosures on primary residence. So now think about this. Think about any of the rentals that you have of people that you know, your neighbors maybe, that rent a house. Like next door, I know the next 3 houses down that way from me are renters. Okay. The guy across the street from me is an owner. The guy in the corner across the street from me here is an owner. But the next 3 houses down are all rentals. I've got on the side street, owner, rental. I'm surrounded by rentals. This foreclosure ban does not apply to investor property. So here's what's going to happen. If they ban foreclosures on primary residence until January 2022, and then they also keep extending the moratorium on evictions to match with that to January 2022, now you have all these people not paying their mortgage or not paying their rent until next January, But these investors don't have that own the property. They're not collecting rent because the government told the renters you don't have to pay your rent. Yet their mortgage servicer can foreclose on them because it's not a primary residence. And guess who's buying up assets? Guess who's buying mortgages? The Fed. They own $2.2 trillion of mortgages right now. And it's the highest it's like ever been. And so the government is buying up basically property because if they have to foreclose down the road, which is their plan, they're going to own the asset. And who are they going to sell those assets to? Well, it's my suspicion they're going to sell them to nonprofits and everything else, and agencies and things like that. And then that's where all your illegal aliens are going to go set up camp. So all your investment properties right now that are going to go into foreclosure, you're going to see companies, you're going to see nonprofits and agencies buying those properties so that it can take migrants. Think I'm crazy? Think I'm nuts? Why is this stupid I gotta get rid of that song. I know I say that every day. All right. Look at this. If you think I'm crazy, look at this story I'm about to share with you. So let's go back again. They're going to ban foreclosures. If they ban foreclosures, they're going to extend the eviction moratorium to match the dates. So they're going to extend the evictions past June 30th to January 1st. But the banning of foreclosures is only on primary residence. If it's an investment property, you can get that foreclosed on. So if it's an investment property and the eviction moratorium is still on, which means you can't toss out the renters, but you can't pay your mortgage, and there's no more protection for you for your mortgage, what are you going to do? Well, you either go into foreclosure because you're upside down, or you possibly sell it if you can, or they foreclose it. This is a true story, 100% true story. A foster family in Renton. These people have been fostering kids. The house is owned by a social service organization, okay? So the property itself is owned by Friends of Youth, okay? Friends of Youth and what they've done is this couple have fostered 20 children over the years in the house along Lake Washington. They're in it right now. They were in it right now. They were in there with 3 kids. One of them already ran away, a teenager. And they foster at-risk teens. So they're not fostering babies. They're fostering the greatest at-risk group, teenagers. Think about when you were a teenager, right? Rebellious, right? We all were, okay? So now they were notified in February that they would have to vacate the Renton house where they lived for nearly 7 years. Okay, and what they're going to do, unbelievable. They're kicking them out. The letter said the house would be used to provide a different scope of services in support of unaccompanied youth. Okay, unaccompanied youth is the term the federal government uses to describe the more than 10,000 children who crossed the U.S.-Mexico border in recent weeks. So you have all these millions of people that are going to be coming over the border. Where are they going to live? Well, if we foreclose on all the investors and take their money from them, now we have a new housing market. The Fed already owns the mortgages, so when they sell the house, they'll just sell to us for cheap because we're doing the public good by housing illegal aliens and illegal alien children. And if you don't like that term, I don't care. That is the actual legal term in the United States Code. Illegal aliens. You don't like it? Change the code. I'm calling it what the law says they are. Okay. So now they could potentially buy up all these properties from investors and use them, and the government buys them at a discount from the Fed, who foreclosed on them, who already own the mortgage. See where the thinking goes? Now you have places for all these refugees or these illegal aliens to live. Here's your proof right here. That's your proof right there. So you take the fact, I know I need to do a video on this. They're going to ban foreclosures until 2022. That's going to happen. It's a done deal. It's a new rule. It's going to go into place August 31st. So that means they're going to absolutely extend the eviction to at least August 31st in June. Put it in the bank. I don't care who you are, what you say. They're going to extend it. It's going to happen. Because we can't throw all those people out. And if you own property, you need to find your loophole right now. If you have renters in there that may or may not be paying rent, you need to look for the loophole and sell that property right now at the market high before they allow people to no longer have to pay you rent and then foreclose on you because the government already owns the mortgage and the government wants your house so it can turn it over to illegal aliens. Like this example right here. You can't make this stuff up. It's true. It's fact. So this is going to happen. It's only going to be on primary residence. And the number of people in forbearance right now, it doesn't tell anything about, all right, let's see here. 326, okay. It doesn't tell you any of the private ones. So let's say you're an investor and you have a mortgage with a commercial bank. Those numbers are not included in the ones in forbearance. They're only government numbers. So Black Knight's Flash Forbearance Tracker. Black Knight is the research firm that provides all the data to the industry on forbearance, okay? So this is as of March 21st, okay, and Black Knight is the company that does this, okay? Loans and forbearance, Fannie and Freddie, 858,000. 1 million FHA and VA, 664,000 others. So right now, almost 2.6 million homes in forbearance right now. UPB loans and forbearance, $511 billion share of loans, almost 5% of all loans are in forbearance. Now, active forbearance plans has been going down, okay? It peaked in April or May. It's been going down. It's settling in at this 2.5 million number. So people last year were able to get out from under it, find a new job, whatever. Or maybe the only thing keeping them out of forbearance is their stimulus money. If you're a family of 4, what did you just get? If you're a family of 4, you just got $5,600. That might be 2, 3, 4, 5 months of mortgage payments that you can get to get your mortgage out of forbearance and get it back on track, right? I don't know. Here's the average payment, $1,216 a month. So $5,600 divided by 1216, that's 4.6 months for a family of 4. For stimulus, they just got 4.6 months of their mortgage. That gets them out of forbearance. Okay. So you look at this stuff and you say, okay, they're going to ban foreclosures, but only on primary residence. If you're an investor, just like small businesses during the beer virus, you're screwed. Oh, you have to close your restaurant? Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't have people in there. Yeah, but there's 25 people in line at Walmart. Yeah, but that's different. They're essential. Your Mexican or your Thai restaurant or your American burger joint isn't essential. We're going to shut you down. But there's 150 people in Walmart standing a foot across from each other. Yeah, but that's different. Well, I want to take those same 150 people at three feet across from each other, and they're going to go to church. Nope, can't do that either. Nope, you can go to Walmart, you can go to the grocery store, but everything else, nope, and we're not going to help you out. So if you're an investor, they're basically taking and they're trying to take wealth. Instead of from corporations, they're taking it from you and me. You think this is about the corporations making too much money? This is about destroying the middle class further by taking, let's say if I own an investment property with a renter that ain't paying their rent, and now I'm going to get foreclosed on because I can't afford it anymore, and the only foreclosure protection is for primary residences. So I can stay in my current house and not pay my bill, and they can't foreclose until next January. But even then, it's going to take till April and May to get people out. So now you're talking about 2.5 years of no rent or no mortgage. And maybe the people that own that second house had to take out a loan on their 401k to pay their mortgage on their investment property that their renters ain't paying them for. And then when all this is over, the renters say, and you go to the rent and say, okay, I need that $20,000 you owe me for the back rent. Yeah, man, I went all in on GameStop and I don't have that money, so yeah, we'll just move out. And they're screwed. And there's no help. There's nothing for them to do. So this, foreclosures only on primary residence, is going to go turn into this. The government already owns the mortgages. The government owns $2.2 trillion of mortgage-backed securities right now. Okay? So they own the mortgage. Then they're going to foreclose on the investment properties. Then they're going to make those houses available for migrant illegal aliens coming across. And then the numbers are decreasing, but millions remain in forbearance. 2.5 million. Almost 2.6 million homes, not population, properties, are in forbearance. Represents 5% of all properties in this country currently are in forbearance. 5%. This is what they're going to do. This is how they're going to take property. They want to take property from people that own it. And you may think I'm nuts on this, but I don't think I am, because the logic is there. The facts prove it out, and it's going to happen. What I want to do is I want to figure out how
the
can
King
I
5 investigators have learned Washington state foster
heck?
kids are being kicked out of a foster home to make room for migrant children who cross the border. King 5 investigator Chris Ingalls spoke with the foster parents who are worried about what will happen to those foster kids.
Chris also asked the company that's taking them out why.
The King 5 investigators have learned Washington state foster kids are being kicked out of a foster home.
I had the whole thing muted the whole time. Great. All right, that's going to do it for today. Again, no stream this afternoon. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day. Bye now.